focused on steering conversations around funding and financing ethnic minority-owned businesses and initiatives in Scotland. I'm George Tarr. Today on the show, I'm talking to Peter Ebenezer, the founder of Move Forward Movement, a community interest company on a mission to build confidence, inspire action and trust in individuals, community and organizations. The company was founded in 2020 and has been working on improving the mental well-being of minority ethnic groups in South Lanarkshire and helping them grow as individuals. Peter is a certified coach and mentor who offers free mentorship and coaching programs during Move Forward Movement meetings. Welcome to Enterprise Scotland, Peter. Thank you for coming in this morning. How are you?
I'm all right. Thank you so much, George, for having me on your platform. It's absolutely amazing to be here. And it was so great to be able to see you at the event the other day. It gives me a lot of joy, and you've given me the opportunity to be here. So thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome. So I think we'll start the conversation by, what triggered you to start, Move Forward Movement?
Thank you. What triggered me to start Move Forward Movement started from a deep place of, wanting to help other people. It's something that I was so much passionate about, and finding a purpose on how to add value. And during the pandemic, that part played a part in it massively, simply because I personally, I was going through depression, going through anxiety, lack of confidence in myself. And within that process, there was also something within me that was also pushing me about how can I add value? How can you add value? And then I started reading about, personal development books. I started looking at, reading a transformational book, your personal growth. And there are two things that happen to an individual when you're going through a process like that. One, the individual can either go through alcohol or drug use, or come out from the other side. Yeah. I came out from the other side to wanting to empower other people. And going through that process has now made me to get a qualification in mentoring and coaching and mental well-being. And it's all part of why I started, Move Forward Movement, to be able to add value to the community and use my story to help other people.
Of course, that's very important as well. To the way you've explained that, and you can see clearly, like every other organization or business, it always starts off with the aspect that there's always a personal story to that. So it's good to hear that, and I'm so glad to see you coming out of the other end, and also wanting to share your experience with that, and by setting up this. So why did you call it movement, which is it's particularly a service, isn't it? It's not a movement.
Thank you. The reason why I called it movement is that, just to quickly define two things here. A service is a service that you provide somebody, an action that you provide for somebody, be it paid or unpaid. And while a movement is a collective, is defined as a collective group of people coming together that have a common goal for their personal belief or personal development. So the both of them kind of interconnect together, and we are in a service of serving each other. That is the reason why we call it a movement. Is every individual that we serve, they are on their own personal journey for their personal growth, for their personal development. And that is the reason why we call it a movement. For an individual to be able to say they want to move from an A to B, they are going on a journey. And collectively as a group, we are in the process of transforming our individual lives by providing the service that we provide through that journey of a movement together.
Yeah, absolutely. And the mission of movement, Move Forward Movement, what's the mission?
Yeah, absolutely. Our mission is to, build confidence in people, for people to be able to understand their capability, to believe in themselves. A mission of, bringing people together to have a common goal, to be able to achieve what they want to achieve, and to be able to understand their capability and that is our mission, in being able to empower people to achieve the things that they want to achieve. It might be through mentorship, it might be through workshop, but the common goal is for people to be able to know what they're capable of, to be able to have that self-belief, because when you believe in yourself and you have the confidence, you have a chance of achieving the goals that you want to achieve in life.
Absolutely, that's absolutely right. And of course, I can talk from personal experience as well, but it's all about you now. So I think the other question I wanted to kind of find out from you is, how does the movement or the Move Forward movement integrate mental health, well-being, and confidence building into offering the support to perhaps do you call them clients or do you call them service users?
Yes, thank you very much for asking that question. It's very interesting. We call them, both of them interconnect together, being a service user or a client, because in terms of the work we do, Move Forward movements, we go for walks on Saturdays in the morning, which basically improve the individual's mental well-being. Is an opportunity for people to come together within the community, network with each other, and enjoy the outdoor. And that is part of the benefits of helping their mental well-being. Other things that we also do is we have a group of men who play football on a Friday night, which also helps their fitness and helps their mental well-being as well. We do social inclusion, cultural events where people come together and just interact and have fun and just talk. That is another way of building confidence, improving their mental well-being. And we also run a confidence workshop as well. For example, I do confidence workshops with the departments of works and pensions who are not paying for my service just now, all in the process of being able to put Move Forward movement out there for people to know about this service is available to them to be able to use in terms of the services that we provide.
That's very interesting that you said that, because it's I think doing that sort of link with the Department for Works, it's important, because there's quite a lot of people in that space where they need confidence, their confidence to be built. It might be people that have just been out of work for a very long time, maybe because of family, maybe because of personal reasons, health, all of that, the combination of all of these things. So I think the Department of Work should be paying you for that, actually.
Absolutely. And then the thing about it, when you are new, Move Forward Movement is a new organization, and we're still new. And one of the ways we can put our name out there is basically to offer the service to people, their organization that are not paying us now, so that they can see the value. And we believe that if you can add value to your community, every other resources that you need will come with time, and that is what we are. That is what we are doing. With the service that we provide for the departments that works and pension, there are other organizations that will need that sort of framework that we've designed, which is called the 5 C's formula for growth and success. Which encompasses confidence, for individual and in themselves, clarity, because when an individual clarity about where they want to go, where they are, especially ethnic minority that are integrating into the community, they need clarity to understand that, okay, this is where I am, where do I go from here, what opportunities are available to me, and then we look at being able to convince ourselves, and can look at potential employers to be able to deliver this sort of service. And then the fourth one is commitment to transformation, their personal growth, and obviously finally the consistency. So that's the sort of framework that we deliver, and other well-being workshop as well, in terms of helping our community and organizations that are open to the support that Move Forward movement provide.
And how does the company ensures that its commitment to equality, it's effectively there to combat racial discrimination and promote social equality? Because you've mentioned quite a few things that are linking with that. So how does your company ensure that those commitments that you have in your policies are effective, and they are effective, basically? That's what I want to ask.
Thank you for asking that. In everything that we do, we put in equality as something that is paramount. A brief story of how this organization started, because I mentioned it at the beginning. When I started this organization, the passion was there to help people. It wasn't about money. The thing that I did at the beginning was, how can I bring people together? How can I help people? And it all started with me using my own phone. I can remember, the first event that we ever had. It was a family fun fair whereby we gathered people from our local community, kids and everybody coming to run, investing my own money to provide food and everything. And with the local indigenes, ethnic minority, people of local community coming together and just having a conversation, children running around. That is social inclusion, and that is very paramount in everything that we do, to ensure that everybody, regardless of race, gender, ethnicity, that everybody is involved in the sort of service that we provide, to make sure that everybody benefits in terms of moving forward in whatever area of their life.
You are listening to Enterprise in Scotland, our weekly business program focusing on steering conversations around funding and financing ethnic minorities-owned businesses and initiative here in Scotland. And if you are listening or watching this show live on Facebook or YouTube and want to contribute, or you want to ask Peter here questions about his services and what he's providing, you can contact us. Facebook, Jambo Radio Scotland. On YouTube, on Twitter, we are, or X as they call it now, is at Jambo Radio Scots, and on Instagram we are jamboradio.scotland, and on LinkedIn as well we are Jambo Radio Scotland. You can also email us info@jamboradio.co.uk. Download Jambo Radio Scotland app, now available on App Store for those of you on iPhone or iOS devices, and Google Play for Android devices. Catch up with the show on our website, Facebook and YouTube channel, Jambo Radio Scotland. My guest on the show today is Peter Ibinosa, founder and director of Move Forward Movement, on its mission to improving the mental well-being of minority ethnic groups in South Lanarkshire. Are you focusing just on South Lanarkshire?
No, we are everywhere. Not just only South Lanarkshire. We are everywhere, and you can reach us on our platform, on our website as well. Whereby, if anybody that needs services that relates to mental health, confidence building, one just needs somebody that needs an extra push, just to take them to the next level. That accountability partner, we can provide and support with that.
That's right. So as you mentioned your website, what's your website again?
Our website is www.moveforwardmovement.org.
Okay, that's www.moveforwardmovement.org. On your website, you have videos which you cover various headings and and topics, like perhaps every day of the week. Are those free content that you're providing for people to use and learn, or what's your objective of having those videos and that that you're making?
Absolutely, those content and those videos they are absolutely free, and the reason why is because we want to add value to the world. We want to add value to the community, and as I mentioned before, it's something that I'm really passionate about. For an individual to be able to find a purpose in life, this is me speaking personally. For myself to be able to find a purpose in life I realized that giving started with receiving. I now begin to understand that part of giving back to the world is where I get my fulfillment from, and that is the reason why those content are there, and we will continue to encourage people to use some of those resources, some of those tools there that can transform your life from where you are right now to where you want to go.
And in the videos on the website as well, www.moveforward. Yeah, the move has is a problem for me. Moveforwardmovement.org. You often say, you're asking that question, like what's holding you back, and don't let anything hold you back, and stuff like. Is that how you think of? Is that a way to push people to move forward? Is that a way to encourage or build people's strength to be able to think about moving forward?
Yeah, absolutely. I think motivation and self-belief is one of the ways that you can encourage people and inspire them. How do you encourage them? By being an example. I do those content and tell them about my life story, to inspire people that look, it is never too late to start. It is never too late to decide that enough is enough. There are some people that will wake up this morning, they feel like, where do I start? They feel, what is the next thing for me? And sharing those content and be able to give people's hope that there is still, an opportunity for them to take ownership of their life, and for them to take action in terms of whatever decision that they make today, could impact somebody's life in the future.
Yeah, okay. So, and do you do this just for, specifically? Is it just for, you envisage it like where it should be done, not just at the community level, but also in kind of a corporate spaces?
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, it can also be done in a corporate spaces as well. There are employees that works in an organization that lacks confidence. There are employees in an organization that they feel that they don't trust their managers. Inspiring trust and action is some of the things and some of the tools that we believe that can help organizations. So, the service that we provide helps organizations, helps individuals as well. It depends on what they want, and we can obviously tailor it to the service that is required. But ultimately, is to improve the lives and the organizations that in terms of what they want to achieve.
Okay, and when it comes to individuals, especially families and stuff, because a lot of people go through different things. It could be in home, marriage, even having children. It's also a big problem. So, do you get to speak to families like that, or people that are approaching you want to see how you can support them? Because people people get into the law at various stages depending what's happening in their life.
Yeah.
So do you get to find people like that you need to you need to help them, or is that part of the work that you do?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, it's part of what we do. That is all part of the growth as families go through either separation, being stuck, feel that they're not satisfied. Part of the service that we provide in our service user is being able to come to our community, being able to come and speak to me and say, this is what I'm going through. And what do? We have to reassure them and put an action plan in place and say, okay, yes, for things to be able to work the way you want it to work, here are the things that you can do. Number one, it has to go back to that self-belief again. Number two, you have to be willing to change, and understand that, okay, where is it that something is going wrong here? If a family is having a misunderstanding, for example, I have, someone in my community just now that, is at the edge of thinking, okay, I don't want to do this anymore with my wife. Being able to have that space as a man, and talk about things that they are going through, because we have a place we have a program that is called Safe Space for Men, where people can come to and just talk about their family dynamics, that really the issue that they're having. So having that, when people can come to me and tell me this is the challenges that I'm facing, I'm able to say to them, look, have you tried something like this? Have you thought about just having a conversation, just being able to listen to the other person, where they're coming from, what they're dealing with, and also me having the opportunity to genuinely listen to them and being able to offer this sort of guidance and support that they need, because sometimes some people just need someone to talk to about what they are going through in their family dynamics. It might be about their children, it might be about their marriage, it might be about finance, They're being able to come to us and for us to offer them the solution or signpost them to a relevant organization that will be able to help them is something that we do in our community, and it's impacting people's life massively.
And I think you'll be glad to know that we have a question here from on Facebook from Tabitha Kature, asking, how can we join Move Forward Movement?
Thank you. Yes, if you want to join Move Forward Movement, you can go to our Facebook page, Move Forward Movement Initiative. You can also join us on LinkedIn as well. We are on LinkedIn, Move Forward Movement on LinkedIn as well. We are also on our website, which is www.moveforwardmovement.org. So we are in a lot of platforms, and we are still growing.
Yeah, I've noticed that you're also using community movement. So I'm thinking, is this a sort of is the platform all about bringing people together and discussion and supporting, or how are you looking at this, so that just to kind of establish, say for example, if people subscribe, say we want to join the movement that Tabitha is asking here, so if they come, are they meeting somewhere with you, or are they you meeting them somewhere?
Yes, it depends on what part of the world they are from. If they are in Scotland, in South Lanarkshire, we have a meeting place where we meet in East Kilbride. However, we are in a digital world now. Some people just probably want to join online and look at some of our podcasts, or they want to kind of see some of the things that we do. They can reach us through, by sending an email to info@moveforwardmovement.org. They can send us an email, or can reach us through phone. We can set up a Zoom call and just have a conversation in terms of what they want to do.
Yeah, and if there was, because the other thing is, you've talked about, how you started, why it is called a movement, your mission, and how you integrate mental health, well-being, and confidence building into the support you provide to clients. Again, I think this question I asked you earlier. So, do you see people that you work with, or people you're trying to support, as clients or service users?
Yes, thank you very much. At the moment, right now, they are service users because we don't get paid for the services that we provide just now. The most important thing is for we to see that people's lives are getting better through the services that we are providing. And just to touch on in terms of what I mentioned earlier on with the work that we provide for the Departments of Works and Pensions, those are organizations that are in the pipeline of protection client for us in the future, that once they start paying us for the services that we provide, then we can eventually be saying that, okay, they are clients because they are paying for the services that we are providing. At the moment, most of our people that are using our services, the hiking that we go to, the football, all of those people, they are service users. And the free workshops that we provide, people that attend, they are all service users.
Yeah, wonderful. And I know at the beginning as well, you mentioned about you personally funding this. You basically have been at the start. You mobilize people, and then you brought people together. You spend your own personal money to try and set it up. But I think this is a very, very vital service for the community, and for a whole lot of people and organizations and individuals as well. But importantly for the community, because there is a lot of mental health issues that goes on in the community. There are a lot of people struggling, from all different sort of reasons, including employment. And the young people that are in colleges and university are struggling, trying to cope with work and all of that. So I think this is a massive opportunity there for you. But I was just wondering, in terms of how do you intend to make money from this now?
Thank you. One of the ways that we intend to make money as time goes on is, through offering a paid service. Personally, right now, I am the service. I am the product. When somebody needs the service that they need our services, I go there and deliver. And because we are a community interest company, a CIC.
Right.
We are entitled to be making profits as time goes on, and we're looking forward. We're looking that once our clients comes on board and start paying us, then we'll be making money. We're looking to be not only providing services but selling some of our merchandise, like t-shirts and hoodies with positive inspirational quotes and things like that.
No, absolutely. And in terms of course, being a community interest company, I'm sure you could also tap into perhaps looking at kind of have you looked at funding models, funders that can support the activity that you do?
Yes, thank you. Yes, we've explored that area. Though in terms of the service user that we have, we've had a couple of organizations that have kind of backed us up in terms of what we do, who believes in the mission that confidence building and mental health, mental well-being, community cohesion is something that is of importance, and that is an area that as we grow that we will continue to explore. Funding, as you know, as a new organization, funding is always very, very tight. Because you've not been recognized, the awareness is not there for people to be able to know you, for funders to be able to kind of give you the funding that you require, and that is what we are building on. We've had a couple of organizations that have been able to support us, like South Lanarkshire have been able to kind of give us some funding in terms of the gala fair, bringing people together and things like that.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we're coming up to 11:30. You're listening to Enterprise in Scotland, our weekly business program focusing on steering conversation around funding, financing ethnic minority-owned businesses and initiative here in Scotland. And my guest is Peter, who is the founder and director of Move Forward Movement. We now go for an advert break.
Mtangazaji wa redio, hakuna shida. Umewahi kuwa na show yako redioni?
Thank you.
Hakuna shida. Unataka kuwa na tabia ya vyombo vya habari? Hakuna shida. Je, ulitaka kuwa na sauti na maoni yako kusikilizwa na watazamaji? Hakuna shida. Una masuala unayodhani yanapaswa kuwa kwenye vyombo vya habari? Sawa, hakuna shida. Je, una wasiwasi kwamba hauna imani kuzungumza kwenye vyombo vya habari? Hakuna shida. Je, vyombo vya habari vinakuwakilisha maoni yako juu ya masuala yanayokuhusu binafsi? Hakuna shida. Jiunge Jambo Radio. Kwa kujitolea, utafunzwa, utaungwa mkono na nafasi ya kuwa na kipindi chako. Piga simu 0745 990 6822 ama tovuti ya www.jamboradio.co.uk.
Need security? Call Alpha One Plus Limited, a strategic security resourcing platform that connects you with licensed security personnel. We cater for our clients' security needs, from manned guarding, door supervision, event security, all the way up to close personal protection. Alpha One Plus Limited, your one-stop security solution. Call now at 44-074 2526 7909 or send us an email on info@alphaoneplus.com.
Established in 2006 as one of Glasgow's original mobile massage therapists, we deliver high-quality treatments with the ambition to forge permanent relations with clientele. We specialise in on-site massage, a type of treatment that has been specifically designed to complement the convenience and availability of massage at work. It is performed with the use of a specialist mobile chair, without the use of oils or the need to remove clothing. At Massage and Glow, we believe that massage should be a part of your everyday lifestyle. Regular massage not only relieves stress and tension, but also stimulates blood circulation, can help with pain management, and promotes good mental health. A must for your busy schedule. Various holistic therapies available. Contact us now on 07530 905 152 for your mobile massage therapist.
Did you know that emissions from cars and the energy we use to heat our homes are the biggest contributions individuals in Scotland make to climate change? So making changes to these is one of the best ways to cut your emissions. And it makes a difference to you too. Insulating your home makes you feel cosier, and car sharing means you're saving money on fuel and catching up with pals, which feels good, even if their choice of music is questionable. Learn more at netzeronation.scot.
Welcome back, and of course I'm still here in the studio with my guest Peter Ebinosa, the founder and director of Move Forward Movement, who are on a mission to improving the mental well-being of minority ethnic groups in South Lanarkshire, of course, around the country, Scotland, and wherever you are, wherever you could be listening and you need health services, they are there to do. So we're talking about, how you could make money or how you're making money. Did you, of course, and you said, obviously, being a new organization, it might be challenges to approach funders. Is that just because that's what you perceived, or is it something that you've attempted? You find it challenging?
Oh, that's a very good question. No, it's not something that I perceive. It's just something that, as a new organization, it's something that normally happen. Funders, if they want to give a new organization, they want to see an history. What they want to see, what impact have you made in the community? What is your idea? Those are the things that funders want to look at. And personally, I think the more can be done for funders, for early grassroots organization that funding will be available for.
Okay, talking about that more can be done. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. For example, using my organization as an example, when you are starting as a beginner, starting at the grassroots level, if an organization doesn't know you, they want to see, what are you bringing to the table? How are you going to impact to the community? Whereby the resources that is meant to be available for there. Say, for example, the funders can say, okay, yes, you as a new organization, we're going to give you an opportunity. We're going to give you this funding, to specifically focus on what you want to do, take you through that process, tell a new established organization, say, okay, this is what you need to do. We can apply. We can help you with, the application. We can help you with the funding that you need in order for that organization to have the more confidence to be able to execute what they want to execute within their community and in their area in general.
Yeah. So the next question will be, since you've been doing this work, and working, obviously, you've explained your interactions with DWP and also with different communities. So I'm just wondering, what is the most challenging thing in what you do?
Oh, thank you very much. I think there are a few challenging things. That's a very interesting question. I think number one, the challenging thing is awareness, exposure. Move forward movement.
Oh, do you find it that people don't think what you're providing is necessary or important?
Some people believe that it's necessary.
Yeah,
it's just that being able to expose ourselves to reach the right audience, and that is the reason why I'm so grateful that you've given me the opportunity to be on this platform today, so that someone else who is going through, who need our service, who need the support that we can provide to them as an individual or even as an organization, I'll be able to tap in. So exposure is one of the things, but just to add to that, funding is also one of the challenges that we go through as well. Being able to have a funding to add so much value to our community, because even when you get funding from any funding provider, it is specifically niched to a particular service that you need to provide.
There are type of activities. That's a kind of the framework of funding is tapping into specific type of activities that can be done. But do you not find? Have you not found any that tally with your activities? No.
Yes, absolutely. We have found one that tallies with what we have, which is what I mentioned earlier on. This specific organization believe in what we do. They believe in the services that we provide and how we impact the community. But there are a lot of funders out there who hasn't kind of look at how important it is. Mental health is becoming an epidemic in the world in general. Every individual, people or organization have employees, household that have issues with mental health and self-belief. So being able to encourage funders to kind of give grassroots organizations opportunities to be able to provide the services like what Move Forward Movement does to people that need the service will be something that of value.
Yeah, absolutely. In terms of the challenges which you were mentioning earlier, what kind of, apart from people awareness, what other things that makes you feel like, is this something that you can, have you had any experience where you've gone, no, you know what, this is really tough, have you had any day like that? I'm sure you have had.
Absolutely. Going back as a grassroots or as a new organization, when you've applied for funding and as a community interest company, a CIC is a community interest company, which means you need to be making profit and be reinvesting it into the community.
Yeah.
And when you've gone to funders for grants and you've been refused 2, 3, 4 times, you begin to feel like what's going on, how can I sustain this? And that is the reason why we try as much as possible that we even come in here to let people know about the services that we provide, and organizations can be able to tap into our services and be able to pay for the service that we provide, so that we'll be able to kind of make profit and reinvest it into the community.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's always a very challenging model, business model.
Yeah.
But it's a good start. It's a good start in the sense that to build up build up the movement, also build up the awareness, create more of that awareness. So I think one of the thing that we do on this program is try and share experience, and it's always like the experiences are always the same, the challenges are always the same. Again, it's like, how do you envisage a change? At what point do you think this model is not working, it's going to work? Would this be, what happens if you are not in the business? What happens if you are not in the organization? If you are taken off by, say, a corporate organization, okay, come and be our internal support, that you're not you can support our employees. For a company that has about like 1,000 to 3,000 workers, this movement would not be able to function.
Yes, absolutely.
Have you thought about that, though?
Absolutely, yes. Thank you. That's something that I have not actually thought about before.
Yeah.
It would be a big detriment to the community, because when we are not providing the service to our community, and then because the funding is not there, that would be a detriment. And obviously, because I'm a father, I'm a father. I still have my full-time job to be able to support my family, and that is important. So if an organization was to reach out to me and say, oh yeah, we want you to be supporting the organization, supporting their company, and leaving Move Forward Movement aside, that is not something that that I would do personally, because it's something that I'm passionate about. It's something that I feel like this is my purpose, this is my calling, to empower, to inspire, to build, to create, so that people can live a better life in terms of the message that we share, the action, the examples that we create, and whatever thing that they do decide to do and make positive actions in their life will affect the next generation to come in terms of their mental well-being and the impact that we are creating in our community.
Absolutely. It's quite you're very correct, because it's all about impact, and it's also about you as a person, because all what we've been talking here is about you and your organization being able to support people, support organizations, support community, support families. But my question is, which is something that most people don't ask, who is supporting you?
Wow, that's a very good question. Yes, that's a very good question.
Yeah.
I think the people that is supporting me is the network of people that I surround myself with.
Right.
And I think that is one of the things that we always say to people as well. You know, in order for change to be permanent in an individual's life, change has to happen within. And most importantly, the 5 people that you surround yourself with will define the mental well-being that you have. The people that surround me, I have, you know, good relationship with my partners, you know, my kids, and I also have mentors that I speak to about issues that surrounds me.
Yeah, but I think why, you know, that is your vocation, you know, to say that. And one of the dangers that most social entrepreneurs like us, you know, me and you, we're the same, doing the same thing. We're social entrepreneurs. The danger we get into is the fact that that vocation carries away our commercial ability. You see, because it just means that we're focused more on how we can change people's lives, how we can support people, how we can support, we can make we can live a better world, better community, better society, but we don't live on trees. You know, we also have family to feed.
Yes.
We also have personal needs.
Yes.
You see what I mean?
Yes.
So losing sight of that is always one of the challenges that we find ourselves in. So, and I'm saying that because, you know, the idea about this show again is about these conversations to be happening.
Yes.
If you, and I don't think, I mean, your organization Move Forward movement started in 2020. That's when you know.
But we officially registered in 2022.
Yeah, that's okay. Exactly. So you've been doing some activities, which means you already created footprints.
Yes.
Back in 2020.
Yeah.
So registration doesn't matter, but you know it matters in terms of governance and regulation.
Yes.
But I'm thinking, you know, you already have a track record. You know, instead of thinking that, you know, we're relatively new, for me, I would suggest that you speak to some funders and go, you know what, we've been doing this unofficially, right, for the community, but it's about time that you guys know that, listen, I have been doing this on my own. You guys need to support me now.
Yes.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely,
So,
and absolutely.
Yeah. So different businesses that I get to speak to here, they have different challenges, and I have this conversation. And for me, it's all how we learn in the space. And for this discussion, we absolutely need to. You know, a lot of times you hear, you know, we need to be at the table. We need to have involved in all these decisions, but sometimes as well we forget to ask the right questions.
Yes.
You know, to ask questions. I will not bother, because a lot of administrative work on your side, especially when you want to deliver, you want to make impact, you have people that you think you want to attend to, you want, you know, they need you to support them. But remember, all those people that you're supporting them, they're relying on you.
Yes.
So the emotional, you know, the physical,
yes,
you know, and the spiritual,
yes,
you know, if you could add that, and you know, but it's like, okay, so but who is giving Peter support?
I know.
You know,
that's a very good point.
Yeah,
you know,
so it's about time to be asked. I mean, it's just asking the right questions.
Yes.
Yes, when you identify a potential funder, and you don't have to identify, to be honest with you, because for the kind of work, I think your mission is quite clear, your activities is quite clear. You know, the first thing will be you need support for you to be able to deliver their services.
Absolutely. You're right about that. Absolutely. We need the support to be able to deliver the services, to be able to impart more, do more, and help more people.
Yes. And I think you had a beautiful story that by saying, you know, you spent, you started this by even mobilizing the community, and using your own personal cash, while that is absolutely fine, but it's also to consider, well, you did that because of how you felt. You did that for all the same reason, but you're carrying a burden. Once you start supporting people, you're carrying the load, and that load, you need to be able to offload it somewhere. Where do you go and offload that? What mechanism is there when you have all this load and you're dangling on the street with a load, and what's gonna happen?
I know.
Yeah. So it's but it's wonderful. I think there is a lot of space. There's a lot of scope for you to explore. You mentioned something there, your own personal challenge, and then other things that we can see. But there's a lot of directions that I think, with this initiative, you can really go far. If you're listening, this is Jambo Radio, and this is Enterprise in Scotland, and I'm talking to Peter Ebinosa, founder and director of Move Forward Movement.
Thank you.
In fact, I think one of the things that I wanted to also ask, and it's your contact details. Well, it's on your website, isn't it? That's what it has. Give us your website again, please.
Yeah, the website is www.moveforwardmovement.org. Our email address is info@moveforwardmovement.org. We're also on Facebook as well. Facebook is Move Forward Movement Initiative, and you can also find us on LinkedIn, Move Forward Movement as well. So we are in most platforms. If you want to reach us, you want to, create an impact in your life, create an impact in your organization and your community. So we can help in things like that.
Okay, and of course that's really great. Thank you so much for coming in this morning, Peter Ebinosa, founder and director of Move Forward Movement. And anything else that you perhaps want to tell us?
Thank you very much. Yes, there's for the listener that are listening to this show, the thing I want to say to you is it's never too late to start.
Never too late to
It's
start.
never too late to decide that enough is enough, that you want to transform your life.
Yeah.
You want to become the better version of yourself. It is never too late. I started this whole organization because I wanted my story to inspire to other people.
Yeah.
So in whatever stages that you are in your life today, I want you to think about it. I want you to know that you have the capability, the power within you to transform your life. That whatever positive decision that you make today will impact not just only your family that is close to you, it will impact somebody's lives, which means you're living a positive legacy that can impact somebody tomorrow. So that's what I want to, say. And, you can also reach out to Move Forward Movement if you need, that extra push to achieve the things that you want to achieve in terms of, our mentorship program, in terms of our one-on-one coaching, and in terms of our, our workshop that would deliver as well. So you can reach out to us to that. Never give up. Keep moving forward. Be kind to yourself, and let everything that you do, impact your life positively and inspire others to move forward. Yeah. So that's what I want to share with you today. Thank you so much, George, for having me on your platform.
You're welcome. I mean, I think for me and you, it's a reunion.
Absolutely. It's absolutely a reunion.
It's a reunion.
It was just so great to see you.
Yeah, wonderful.
I've known George for nearly maybe like 15, 20 years
That's
now.
Right.
And it was just so great to see you and to be in your platform today. Thank you so much.
We appreciate you coming, and it's good. It's interesting, but this goes back to what you're just saying. Never too late, and don't wait. Just start. It's really important, and never too late as well. We've known each other for 15 years plus.
Yes.
We don't get to see often, but we know that everybody exists there.
Yes.
And then you doing your thing, I'm doing my thing, and then we now find a way that we got to come back.
Absolutely. That's just amazing.
So it just goes to show that things takes time.
Yes.
Because at the back of emerging, there's been a lot of work.
Yes.
Sacrifices.
Yes.
Nobody would, because it's very easy for perhaps public to see you and go like, oh, well, you do wonderful, it's true. But you've known me for a while. You know my journey.
Yes.
You know that it's been a path of not a walking path,
yes,
but it's been a journey.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's the thing I say to everybody. We all have our own individual story. George's story, the part he has gone through to be sitting down here. My story, the part I've gone through to be sitting. Is all different. But what is important is being able to inspire other people, to be able to let our story inspire others. So I'm just so glad to be here.
Thank you so much. Oh, it's wonderful. That's good. It's good to see you, and I think we've shared our little story to the audience. Thank you so much. That's it for this week on the show. We're back next week with another entrepreneur and of course initiator and of course pioneering and trailblazers that are always coming on the show every Saturday morning for you on Enterprise in Scotland. Until next week, I'm George Starr. Bye.
Thank you very much.
I'm money. Achu. Ngifuna impilo right, ngifuna nemali eningi, ngijabulise nabazali ngisebenzele endlini. Labafana abaningi nginale mali ikhona, naba bayatekateka ngizobafaka isikole. Why ningizela ngamawazawazi? Washo mama wathi ngiyisiphalaphala. Why ningizela ngamawazawazi? Naba labafana ngamawalawala. Aye, celi papa ningishebele, nesavana ningithelele, le piano niyekele, yelele. Aye.
You want to start to the show with it. Want to feel like wekele. I'll be here, I'm a kekele. Aye, who be this soca? Very cost quanta, No be small matter, They say from Niger, Who be this matter? Very do younger, Carry my standard, Why you doing like that? I beg, give me 6 as we be. Follow by you 4 and don't forget to reserve the 2XO for the DJ. We go shy you till we fall, better get it. But think on lesson, what's kelebe? It's sweet for belly. This opportunity won't make you take a shot. That's not for the pose, if you take a na.
Aye, celi papa ningishebele, nesavana ningithelele, le piano niyekele, yelele. Aye,
you want to start to the show with it. Want to feel like wekele.